going on? What's going on? This is James Bush, where we believe we are the. Can't say the rest of that because I want sponsorship at the end of the day. Joining us is my podcasting sister, argumentative as she can be at times, man. Wonderful talent. It's Shaana Montanna. Shaana, welcome to the show.
I am glad to be on the show, and I don't appreciate that argumentative as I can be. Okay, I'm gonna let you have that.
You're
I'm gonna let you have.
argumentative. You're very argumentative.
Okay,
Very argumentative. We hardly agree. Love it
you
dearly,
know
but we
what?
hardly agree on anything.
All right, if you say so.
Shauna, tell my audience a little bit about yourself.
So I am Shaana Montana. I'm a relationship educator and podcaster and entrepreneur, and I am the host of the To Be Single or Not to Be podcast, where I help women to have happy and healthy relationships free of delusion.
Manversations. Shauna, why
Yes.
are manversations important?
So I believe are so important because I feel currently, I'm gonna speak for the Black community. I feel like when it comes to Black men and holding one another accountable, there are not enough communities out here supporting you all to give you all the guidance and the information that you
Mhm,
need to show up in these relationships that us women desire successfully. And I talk
mhm,
about my brand, I focus primarily on single women, trying to teach them how to show up in a space and have a happy and healthy relationship unattached from the partner, because you got to get yourself together before the partnership even shows up. If you're not
mhm,
prepared, that you say you want shows up, you haven't done the work, it's not going to work out anyway. And I
mhm,
think the same thing, because we see in this very social media driven world, you see a lot of things online, you see a lot of things that are clickbait, you see a lot of people giving information, but everybody's not giving valuable information. So I think it's necessary
mhm,
very concentrated conversations where you can bring men in and talk about very specific things, especially with men who have the experience, men who are willing to share and be open and be honest about the things that they need to work on in relationships in order for us to be able to work together and create that life we say we desire. Because women, we can do, I'll speak for 35 plus, we can say all day long what we want in a relationship. But when
mhm.
it comes to our counterparts and the man that we say we want, outside of him looking like what we want him to look like, if he has not done the work internally, which comes from having communities like the ability to have a manversation and being able to lean on his brothers and being able to be held accountable, then it's just not going to happen no matter how bad we want it to.
Well, let me ask you this because are you saying that there are cookie cutter molds or models or ideas that men need in order to operate in relationships successfully?
I wouldn't necessarily say cookie cutter, but I do
Mhm,
think some kind of models and prototypes and examples, for lack of a better term, of like, this is what success really looks like. But beyond what it looks like, this is the work that I have to put in. Because we know everybody talk about, I want that old, my grandparents love. Only thing I want from my grandparents is the longevity. They were married for 20 years, 20, 30 years, but a lot of our grandparents weren't really happy in those relationships. They just were together
mhm,
for a long time for a lot of different reasons that we already
mhm.
know talk about. But I think
Right.
when it comes to the relationships, I think that men should have those examples to say, I can lean on this person, I can look to this person and get the advice of like, if you are successfully in a marriage or a relationship, what are you really over there doing? What does that really look like? How did you partner with somebody who gets it, who wants to support you, who wants to be submissive, that hot topic
Mhm,
word, who wants to be faithful? How did you get, how do you inspire one another? Those things that you need. I feel like men do need examples and support and somebody with reality to get in their ear and tell them that stuff y'all seeing on social media is not real. That's not how this goes. Y'all need somebody real life in real time telling you, brother, you right, you doing a good job, or brother, you actually 100% wrong and you need to be doing something different.
Listen, who drives social media?
Us, the people,
Us, the people. What gender?
women, primarily.
Because I just want to put that out there now. I just want to put that out there.
Depending on what your algorithm is doing. I'm very focused and intentional in regards to how like I only follow certain people. I unfollow people every day if I feel like that on the line with the stuff I want to see. But in reality, I feel like it is, and being honest, it's more women out here pushing messages. But that's why I say we need the manversations, because we have women who want to get on Jada Pinkett Smith's internet and want to tell men what they need to do in a relationship. It don't go that way. Like, yes, I can get online and I can suggest things like you should do this and try to, to win me. Like, but that don't make sense because I recently ran into a situation where I had a young man that I wasn't interested in that capacity of a relationship try to tell me what I should do to make him interested in me for a relationship. And when he telling me this, I'm like, that don't make sense to me because I'm not interested in you like that. But the other thing is, how I'm a woman, how you gonna try to tell me what I need to do? How you gonna ask me to marry me? Like, like it don't make sense. So you can't get on the internet and try to just tell men in a perfect world, sir, this is what you should be doing if you want to win a woman like me. He
Uh-huh.
might not even like you or like women like you. So you have to make sure that the men are talking to the men in the language that they need to hear and understand and receive it better, in order to show up in a space like they need to. So yeah, we might run the internet, but we don't need to be running that side of Instagram trying to teach y'all how to show up in relationships for us, because that's not going to work long term.
Do you believe that you've seen, or from your experience, do you believe that more men are speaking out and speaking up nowadays?
I feel like more are speaking up and speaking out, but I
Mhm.
don't feel like we're getting more valuable information.
Okay.
So I see more, and I'm not gonna try to just shade the podcasters because I'm one and I get it. Everybody has free will to say what they want to say on the internet. But I'll just say you have a lot of people, I've seen a lot more men
Mhm.
create platforms talking about relationships. But a lot of times the reason I don't follow them, because I'm not opposed to following a man and what they're saying online, because I want to learn too, is that they aren't really saying much of value. They're not saying anything beyond what's worthy of clickbait. They aren't really teaching. And I think that comes down to the only people I feel like are out here, like, me and you, that really want to teach the people are the people that really have a real passion and care and love for what it is. It's
Mhm.
bigger than just you clicking on my site. Because I always say the people that's gonna come. I don't gotta bait you into being over here. You're gonna if you need to.
So I got two more questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
One is, what's the most valuable information that you learned from one of these male streams or podcasts, or something that you've seen just out in the public?
Something I have learned or seen, I digested it from somewhere.
Mhm.
It, don't be shy about asking for what it is that you want from that person, meaning from the beginning, being clear and having conversations early and often about intentions. And then say if your intentions align and you decide we're going to date or see where this can go,
Mhm.
really communicating like this is working or this is not working. Like this is
Mhm.
what I need from you. Because so many times, one of the many reasons that I failed in some of my past relationships, because I always thought that, to be a good girlfriend meant like just let it slide. It's not a big deal. You ain't got to say nothing. But what you're really doing is you swallowing that and you burning yourself up internally. So I've seen men say that because what we know is men will ask for whatever they want on any day of the week.
Right.
So they don't hesitate. A man will ask you for whatever. I've seen it. I've experienced it. So that taught me like, okay, not that I'm trying to act like a lady, think like a man, but that's something I am gonna take from the book. I've heard more than one man say that. Like, if you want something from a man, you have to communicate it. Nobody's out here trying to read minds. You cannot
Mhm.
assume things. So yeah, I'm gonna speak up, and I think more women have to get that. But also the last part of that is believe what they tell you. If I ask you, is your intention of dating, getting to know me, are you seeking a relationship? And they say no, believe them. Don't think that you got the power to change. Don't think that
Yeah,
it's something else. Believe what they tell you.
gotcha. Now tell my audience where they can find more great information by you and from you.
So, audience, you all can find all the information you want to find from me at www.shanamontana.com and also on Instagram at Shaana Montana. But also the podcast, To Be Single or Not to Be, that's on the website of Shaana Montana. But we also have the Instagram there as well. But the home of ShanaMontana.com, everything that you need to know is going to be there waiting for you. So make sure you visit my website.
Definitely. Stick with me 1 minute, little sis.
I
Let's
will.
talk about Let's Have Manversation, Huntsville, Alabama, December the 1st and 2nd at the Omega Center, 181 Import Circle Northwest. For more information on attending, vending, sponsorships, or panel guests, you can look at the bit.ly that is scrolling below, or you can email the word contact at letshavemanversation.com. That is email the word contact at letshavemanversation.com. And also become a manspirator. Dun, dun, dun. Manspirator, 250 words of manspiration, 365 days of the year. I need co-authors. I've already wrote mine. I can't get Shaana to write hers because she's not a man, but I know she would if I asked her to. But anyway, I need manspirations. Fellas, I need you guys to join into me. The bit.ly that is running below is Inspire Men. Will definitely mean help us out with that. 365 days. Be there. Be great. Don't be late. All right. Once again, thanks, Shaana. Thanks, podcast and sister. I will thrash you in an argument later on off wax.
All right.
Yay.
Peace. Thank you.